Next up, at UFC Des Moines, we have Cameron Smotherman taking on Serhiy Sidey. Cameron Smotherman is quite the fighter. Cameron Smotherman also had full-blown line movement. He was the favorite. He is now the underdog. He is 12-4 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5, and he is on a 4-fight win streak, taking on Serhiy Sidey, 11-2 in his career, 4-1 in his last 5. He's coming off that bad decision win over Garrett Armfield. Serhiy Sidey, long as shit. That's essentially his only skill set. But he is tall. He is a long striker. He can grapple as well. He's a somewhat powerful guy who, despite being so tall and so long, doesn't really use that range on his feet that well. He likes to plot forward. He keeps the jab in your face, and then he throws big when he sees the opening. He can be taken down. He can get his legs chopped. But even when he is taken down, he's got solid enough BJJ off his back to pull out the win. He is shockingly chinny, but he is very tough. He's coming off that close win over Garrett Armfield, where he landed fewer total strikes, fewer significant strikes, and was taken down 4 times and gave up 5 minutes of control. I said win. That's questionable. He's taking on Cameron Smotherman. Cameron Smotherman coming off the successful short notice step up and locked in his UFC contract. Style-wise, he's a patient and accurate striker. He's going to throw in combinations. He's not particularly busy, but he manages striking distance well. His takedown defense is okay, but if he ends up on the ground, he doesn't have a ton to offer. He's coming off that short notice win over Jake Hadley, where Jacob was there in person screaming at the referee, "You got to take a point. You got to take a point." And the referee did take a point. Ultimately, that point didn't really weigh on the results. Jake Hadley was far enough ahead in the scorecards that 1 point didn't make a difference. I am going to pick Cameron Smotherman here. I don't think Serhiy Sidey is very good. I think he's just tall. Like, that's his number one. Hey, what are you good at? Being tall. That's it. And if he can't be tall because somebody gets in his face and somebody Smothermans him, then he's not going to win the fight. So I think Cameron wins this fight. I think it was honestly, I that wasn't in the notes. That was just off the top of my head. I'm proud of that one. All right, it wasn't even a dad joke. It was just like a good, very clever, topical, poignant joke. And I do think Cameron wins. I think he closes the distance, kind of gets in his face. He's a little bit low volume, which is kind of a pain in the dick. He doesn't wrestle as much as he should. But I do think Cameron is the better actual fighter. And I don't think he's going to play on the outside and just let Serhiy be tall, which is essentially his only skill set. What do you think, Samuel?
Listen, I'm a certified Serhiy Sidey non-believer. You know, ever since his rematch against Ramon Tavares, I was on Tavares there. I was on Garrett Armfield, and I still wish the damn bookies would pay me my money because that was a goddamn robbery. Not only did Angelo point out the strike discrepancy, you know, the takedown discrepancy, but also the damage. Serhiy Sidey was busted up. You know, he was standing there, and they raised an arm, and he's sort of like bleeding from his face, all reddened up because he's quite a pale individual. He was clearly visibly busted up as well. One of the worst decisions around that time frame for sure. Garrett Armfield, you know, robbed of a victory there. Cameron Smotherman here against Serhiy Sidey. A lot of people are trying to point out all the flaws of Smotherman here, like, oh, he can be chinny, he can have defensive flaws. Serhiy Sidey gets busted up. I mean, he got busted up against Ramon Tavares. He got busted up against Garrett Armfield. The 2 times that we've seen him against UFC type competition, he's had his face smashed up. So why is Smotherman not going to do more of the same? Smotherman was able to hit Jake Hadley, who's a far more defensively responsible individual. And I think also people are so quick to give people credit for turning up and having a debut where they lose and show a good showing of himself. Cameron Smotherman turned up and won the fight on, I believe it was 3 or 4 days notice, flew somewhere around the world, turned up, handled business. I think he's going to turn up here, handle business. I like what this kid's about, and I think he even finds a finish here against Serhiy Sidey. Give me Cameron Smotherman to get it done.
Yeah, all right, so we're on the same side, and we're both on the dog here. Interesting to see where we align. Yeah, I'm glad we're on the same side. There's a lot of love on Serhiy Sidey's side, which is why the line moved. He was a dog. He got full-blown bet to the favorite. And the money continues to come in. The odds are widening. They're not tightening. They are widening. Minus 136 as we sit today. I'm not entirely sure what that's all about, but okay, great. We'll take it. I haven't quite placed a bet there because, again, those odds are widening. And as long as those odds continue to widen, I'm going to sit tight and I'm going to wait. Once it seems to peak or start to rebound, then I may throw a bet on Cameron Smotherman before that value is gone. But right now he's plus 116. I think he absolutely gets it done. And if you do want to check out every single bet that we have, or even the bets that we don't have, Become a premium member today. Go to WeWantPicks.com, click Become a Member. After you do that, download the app. And the second we place a bet, you will get a push notification saying, here's the bet we placed. Here are the odds. If you like the bet, great. Jump on it before the odds go south. If you don't like the bet, it's fine. You put your phone down, you go back to taking your shit. It's not a big deal. All the picks, all the bets, all the tools available on the website, in the app, WeWantPicks.com.